All right, welcome everybody to another Modern League. Today we're trying this list with 11 one-drops. So many one-drops. You can check out the other league. And also if you want to get into Magic Online and you would like to to get a discount on your ManaTrader subscription, you can actually check out the description of this video and you can use the code FPublush to get 20% off your first 3 months. 3 months. 20%. ManaTraders. I could never unmod Magus. Even though Magus will not make me a mod in his channel. I could never unmod him. He's too important to me. Is this the person that we played in the previous league? What is this? Scalding Tarn? Grazer OP, baby. I mean, at this point, deck, the least that you can do is you have to give me a Primeval Titan off the top, right? It's literally the least that the deck can do at this point. Yes, I will block. Not looking too great. We are moderately far away from triggering this field, but on the bright side, my opponent doesn't have that many cards left in hand. Alright, Asusa down. If we top deck a Titan, we're gonna win very, very easily. But if we don't, we're gonna lose very, very easily. About as sexy as me. Nothing is about as sexy as me. Feels bad, man. This cavern is definitely not as sexy as me. Tell you as much. I did not read the number. 1869 84638. It even contains a sequence 69. Huh, interesting. Huh. Alright, I stand corrected. That number is sexier than I am. You know what would be really sexy though? This Primeval Titan that's gonna show up right here. I mean, I guess that is actually a sexy man. I'm not gonna lie there. Well, we can actually trigger here, right? We can make some summons. We just have to go squatter. No, that's not true. That's just not true. That's not true at all. What am I even saying? It's just not true. Why would I even think that? This makes me very sad. Need a second GG for the trick. Yeah, or any other land that it doesn't have the name as a land that it's currently on the field. I think we should go squat a field of that. Yeah, and what happens? We lose one here. We lose one here. We still have the same amount of lands in play with different names. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this turns into a snow forest. We actually have to be sure that we fetch right there because we're gonna be bouncing a land, so we have to make sure that we fetch while we have the differently named cards in lands in play. And now we're gonna bounce against the Sanctuary. So we're at 8, and we have a reasonable amount of blockers. Do you think of adding either Skyshroud Ranger or Stacy #1? I think that Grazer is just a better card. If you're gonna have that kind of variation, basically. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Why were we not lucky, chat? I like it a lot better when we draw the cards in the order that we need them. Not in the opposite order. Silly deck. Silly deck not giving me the cards in the order that I wanted. Silly deck. I'm not sure about this hand. I mean, it has a plan, but it's kind of ugly. Why don't you think AmuLIT tier 1? Because right now, a lot of decks are playing 4 Aether Gusts in their sideboard. And that card is nigh unbeatable. That was pretty sick. Not gonna lie, that was pretty sick. Okay, so how am I going to do this? Well, I guess the only way to do this is like so. Instant Speed is that good because you play for Stacy before it races? Yes! Yes, Instant Speed is that good. Instant Speed is that good. Is this stock now? Because I have never seen the Stomping Ground out of these decks, and now twice in a row I got paired against it, and they are playing Revelries in the sideboard. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna play Cavern and Castle, and then we're gonna be able to Titan next turn. Castle was actually an amazing draw there. And I'm gonna play the Cavern first, so my opponent is like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna be able to, like, if they do happen to have any kind of counter magic, which I don't think they do. They only play Gust. So, but if they do, they're gonna be incentivized to like tap out here, which means I get to resolve my Titan. Probably stocked Guild Chassis and Enchantment, like Wild Reclamation. Wilderness, I guess, not Wild. I mean, yeah. Just always play the +1 Ranger because in games where it's good, it's amazing. Always wonder why others never did. Thanks. Yeah, so I'd rather have access to the diversity, right? If I'm gonna be playing more than 5, like the reason why the matchups where I'm cutting Stacy, it's because of precisely stuff like feel that. I'm cutting Stacy because it gets like lava darted and stuff, right? And basically Ranger just has the same problems that Stacy has, while Gracer, on the other hand, as you just saw, it actually shines in this kind of matchup. So just having the access to the diversity means that in matchups like this, I can very easily just side out Stasis, and I still get access to a solid amount of business, right? I still get access to a solid amount of ramp spells. Hey, wombo combo. You got a gifted sub? I'm sorry. I hate it when that happens. I have a bolt. They're slower on me. Slower on the Titan kill. Oh, light up the stage. That's good for us. I think we just get Radiant Fountain and second field, and we just set up lethal with a billion zombies. That seems tougher for them to interact with and just killing a single Titan. Now we're lethaling them next turn regardless. Oh, I could have just lethaled them this turn. Whoops. Alright. Hope I don't get punished. Because I did have lethal right there thanks to Dryad. Whoops. Can you get that Cyber Guide? Yes, you have to go to my Discord. And then you need to link your Twitch and Discord accounts. And then land number 1. Link your Discord Twitch accounts, and then after a second you're gonna get access to the Saboni channels. I guess it can be up to an hour, so I should be more specific about that. As I just said, I think that the zombies are gonna win here, so I'd rather make sure that I don't die by gaining 2 more life. By playing the bounce land, it means that I cannot transmute the Tularia West, but it just doesn't matter. Like this is how I'm gonna win. What channel do I link it? You have to go to settings. You have to go to your Discord settings. Oops. And yeah, that's kind of it. Nothing else to say for me there. If you do have any questions, feel free to like ask in the Discord and stuff. I thought it did for combated mana cost. Choo. So if we draw a Titan by turn 3, we're gonna win. Okay. This might be incorrect. I don't think it is. Because this forces my opponent to like spend mana on their turn here. So I think this Grazer is gonna save me more than the 2 life that I just paid here. Very good. Good, good. Well, in before we get Blood Moon, but whatever. I was not beating Blood Moon regardless, so. Found the Cyber Guide, sweet. Basic land. Yeah. I think we just got paired against this player earlier today, and I think that we're on the same list. Yeah, so they have the green source, so they're probably gonna Revelry here. Yep. I mean, we just won AmuLIT, we can still do stuff here. We need to draw a Titan or an Asusa. Now I'm feeling like we might be dead. We also might not, because I'm just gonna play this Rex Sage here just as a chump blocker. Just playing to my outs. So if they bolt here, I think we have to block. Because if they bolt the Dryad, at least that means that they're not bolting my face. Alright, Titan. Asusa would have been so much better than... Pack for Asusa, 3. Haste Titan. Attack, and we have to get 2 green sources. I think we might be dead here, but it's our only out, so it's not much that we can do. Yeah, we just have to Asusa plus Titan. But having to pay for 2 packs is going to cost us. Oops. Having to pay for 2 packs is going to be... It just really limits my options, right? That's the problem. Because now I have to get 2 green sources. sucks. Green source and we have a breeding pool already. Just a forest. Do you really have to block with Dry last turn? I don't know, right? That's kind of the point. They're forcing the... I was at 8 and my opponent has 3 attackers. If they had double lightning bolt and I don't block with the Dryad, we just die. If they had bolt plus lava dart, we also just die. Like there's a bunch of combinations. They have 3 cards in hand and there's a bunch of combinations that kill me. So I think that I have to block. I'm just gonna get a bounce land and bounce the Valakut. We have exactly enough to pay for both pacts. And our opponent has perfect info. You could also make the argument that Blocker was playing to lose. Not necessarily, because I already have the Titan in my hand, right? So like if I draw the Azusa or the Titan, we're actually in fine shape. Because this Titan... The problem was that I drew the Summoner Spect. So if I had naturally drawn the Azusa or naturally drawn the Titan, we would have been fine. Because then this Titan attack was going to get... That's fucked up. This Titan attack was going to get... a way to gain life and a field, so I can actually stop the ground onslaught. It's a hard call to make. No, I think my play was correct. I think my play was correct. But we're playing around. We just have to choose what we want to play for, right? You can play for one thing or you can play for the other one. And now we are just dead, right? Four, five, six, seven, eight. So we have to double block. What can I top deck that allows me to survive? Because this Titan is not enough for me to win, right? Because I'm going to be time walked next turn. Because I need to pay for both of my packs. Again, the issue with having top deck the second Titan. So now I'm going to have to pay for both packs. If I only had to pay for one, we would be fine. We just keep this on top and just hope that we're not dead. But I think that we actually have to bottom this Titan. But we have no draws. We're actually just dead. We're actually just dead. There's nothing that we can draw. Even if we bottom side, there's nothing that we can draw that helps us survive. And they also had Lava Dart, so we're like extra dead. It's more likely them to not have lethal than you top 2 specific cards. I don't necessarily agree. Manamorphose gets them closer and helps them dig. Bolt kills me. Lava Dart kills me. Opt draws them into more business as well. Whatever thing they had, the Destroy Enchantment thing also kills me. Like they have so many options that kill me. They have way too many cards that kill me. I think it's more likely for them to not have it. I don't agree. Like the likelihood of a bolt is very, very high. In fact, they did have the bolt. And if they have the bolt, there's nothing I can do, right? So that's the card. What your suggestion is like playing to them not having it. And in that case, blocking is correct. Because if they don't have the bolt, I'm saving 2 damage. Right? So if they have the bolt, it doesn't matter what I do. I'm in a terrible spot regardless. Right? Bolt itself wasn't lethal. Well, but they have 2 more cards, right? It's like, it's either, do they have Bolt and absolutely nothing else, or do they have any cards? Right, like cantrips and whatnot. That is basically what you're trying to wager. I think it was a very, very interesting scenario, but yeah. Maybe I was wrong to block. I think I was correct. Well, this hand is... Nah, on the draw we have to ship. I think I would keep this on the play, but not on the draw. This is better, but not by much. And I'm going to bottom the empath because this can find the Dryad. Situations like that really make you realize the hidden power of card like this. Yes, and it really makes you wonder, why did we have Gitaxian Probe legal for so long? Those are the 2 things that those situations really make you wonder. Speaking of, to pop in a second. Oh, thank you, Will. Appreciate it. How have you been? I haven't seen you. You haven't been doing the streaming thing anymore. I've seen you killing the Pioneer leagues though. John Doe. Internet has been extremely problematic for streaming recently, but I'm moving in about a week, so we'll begin. Oh, nice. Nice. That's not Liliana mana. It is Clothis mana. They do have what's his name? They do have a Bloodbraid mana now if they want it. Looks like they don't. We didn't attack. No, they have Bloodbraid definitely in the deck, right? So it actually matters for me to hold the dude back to block. I know. We didn't get some value attacks in there, but so this means that now if I draw a bounce land, we're fine. Or Crumbling Vestige, either or. Yeah, I don't think that the 1 point of damage is going to matter. If my opponent attacks with the Ravine, I'd rather chomp with the Empath than chomp with the Grazer. Oh, they have K-Command? Fuck. The good thing is that they kind of have nothing going on there. Like this Cloth is just like pecking at me, but I don't see a Liliana. I don't see any real pressure, you know. Also, they're exiling the worst possible cards because those are the ones that would grow the Tarmogoyf. But the message we could have sent. Oh, I know. Missed that, and some potential messages sent over there. Bounce land, please. Guess I'll play it. I mean, we have all of this going on, but like we're just one Primeval Titan away from just winning the game. One untap land, sorry. We're okay with prime times. We don't want any more of these. But if we find any untapped land, we just win on the spot. Or if we find a tap land, we win 2 turns from now. Second Rend? That's a waste. That was not a good play. So now Bounce Land is also a good top deck. Honestly, with my opponent not having good plays, I wonder if they should just have been attacking with the Raging Ravine. Print Wasteland into Modern. Yeah, about that. About that, that's probably not a good idea. It's like my opponent heard me. So they're getting a fetch land instead of... No, I guess they could just be playing. I think they have a push. Nope, no push. All right. Any bounce land or untap land? Any bounce land or untap land? Any bounce land or untap land? No, damn it. So they attack, I take 5. I go down to 8, take 2 here, go down to 6. We can take 1, go down to 5. I'm trying to consider if I should transmute this Tulare West into something else. I could get a bounce land which would net me more mana next turn. Do I care about more mana? I feel like I have to assume that this Dryad is gonna die. The easy part is to attack the Ren, because this Dryad is not blocking, right? And if my opponent's tapping out for a Blood Braid, then we're actually happy about that. So this is the easy part. Now the question is, do we transmute this or do we just play it out? Transmuting for a bounce land would allow me to have 1 more mana next turn. Am I gonna use that 1 extra mana? I think I'm not going to. And even if this Dryad dies, we can still Titan next turn regardless. If they turn on Clothes, so they would need like a Goif and a Thingy and a Blood Braid. So that would mean 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. That's not enough. That's not enough. How is this a 1-drop lift if you're not playing Bile? We're playing other 1-drops, Hudson. No Bile seems sketch. Vile is the new meta. I have broken Modern, everybody knows that. Yeah, I think I'm actually just gonna play this. There's also the argument for transmuting for Radium Fountain, because that means that we are gonna get... Yeah, I think that's actually the line. Just transmuting for Fountain? It means next turn I'm gonna have more mana and I'm gonna gain more life, which means I'm gonna be less likely to be dead, which is good. So I think that's better. It does give my opponent access to the Clothes to the mana making ability of Clothes, which otherwise they did not have access to. So maybe we get punished. I don't think so, though. So they would need like an answer to the Dryad. What is this? Here's a Bloodbraid, right? Or maybe not. Alright, so what point is that? And they know about this, so... So let's do Valakut and Vesuva. Suva's gonna copy here. We kill this Goyf. Oh, yes, always healed. Gonna play this. Trigger Valakut, go face. Bounce. Replay. Copy Valakut. Face. Face. Should be good here now. Going to end up with a curve that jumps from 1 to 6 pretty soon. Oh yeah. Those are some really taxed biles. And with the way they tapped, now they can't, even if they somehow messed up and they kept the Lian in hand, now they can't cast it, so... So they had Ooze, yet they ate my creature instead of eating their own Wren. Seems questionable. We have another Titan, so my opponent wants to kill this one, that's fine. They only have exactly 1 mana, so they can only cast 1 Lightning Bolt. And they don't have it. Alright. Jondo. Jondo. Gracers are fine, amulets are fine, gustos. Let's cut one beast with them. What a deck, huh? How has Relic been? We have not really played very much against the deck that Relic is here for, which has made things awkward for the Relic. Very awkward keep. Very awkward keep, but I think it's okay. Yeah, what's up, Matt? How have you been? Turn 1 discard spell. So they're gonna know about the Baloth, which takes a little bit of the magic. What is Relic meant for? This decks. Relic is meant mostly for the value decks, not so much for the combo decks. Like I'm gonna be bringing in Relic against like Storm and whatnot, but like that's not why it's in the deck. It is in the deck because of Udo, because of John, like this style decks. That is really good for them. That is really, really good for them. That was pretty good for us, though. Bob is cheats, indeed. So if they play a Goifo, at least we get to time walk them. They're 12? How did that even happen? I just want to buy some time here. They bottom the Goif. Interesting. I think that if they offer the trade, I actually just take it. Lol. There's Lily. All right. So this means that I'm not gonna play out this Baloth. So we're gonna be getting beaten down by this Dark Confidant a little bit. That's okay. I guess I'd rather play around like Inquisitions and stuff. And this actually it blocks Bob pretty well. Ha! 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 Good stuff. Good stuff. Ballsy. Ballsy indeed. I mean, they have to do it, right? Like, they're gonna pause. Oh, second Lily? Well, that's fucked up. Damn, son. Nice boil. They discarded 2 boils already? That's hilarious. So the last card in hand is a Maelstrom Pulse. So they're gonna pulse here and plus Lily. We could transmute over field. I think that's the line. Because like we won the land draw, but now lands and spells are both good draws for us. So we just gotta draw either lands or spells. Like any of those are welcome. Also, they have used the balls, which means that they probably don't have very many answers to the field. So we get a zombie, and we can pact for tracker. Tracker or Dryad? My opponent discarded both boils, so I don't think that they have any more boils. So that is done. We're good with that. Mr. Seri MTG, thank you for the tier 1 subscription. Welcome to the Prime Stronghold. Oh, I think, Mr. Seri, are you here? If so, can you tell me if you get a discount? Can you tell me if you got a 20% discount of your tier 1 subscription? Because I think first one subscribers should be getting a 20% discount, if I'm not mistaken. No. E is not an option, right? Because we have to use 1, 2, 3 to transmute, which means that we only have green and red, and then this is colorless because we have to use both blue mana, right? We have to use this in order to activate the transmute ability, unfortunately. Yeah. Tracker has to be better, right? Tracker has to be better. Though we do have a Valakut already in play. We do have access to the Valakut already. And Tracker dies to Lightning Bolt. Well, yeah, I think I'm actually going to go for Dryad. Just because we naturally drew the Valakut. So even if my opponent draws like Goif into Ooze, we can still clock the Lily. If they top like a third boil, good for them. Like, first of all, what the hell are they doing? Second of all. Yeah, I actually think that Dryad would be better, specifically due to the current configuration that we got going on, right? Enjoy the YouTube content a lot, so I thought it would... Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Seri. I appreciate it. Happy that you are hanging out today with us, checking out the content live. Good stuff, good stuff. Hope you're having a good time yourself. So again, lands and spells are good draws for us. They have K command. They have K command. Doesn't really do too much for them though. I guess they can get back a Bob. Wow, is this what they're doing? Okay. We attack Lily, so now that's out of the way. That's not a problem any longer. So now lands and spells are just great draws for us. You're normally sleeping now? Alright, alright. Thanks for staying up. You asking me if I do my own stunts? Yes, I do my own stunts. That is true. LOL. This is actual lethal here. Because we can just go score ourselves. Imagine bringing in Boyle against AmuLIT. And funny enough, actually, Boyle was just really bad Stone Rain in that situation. But my opponent chose to not cast it for whatever reason. Yes, please. Thank you. This hand is great. If you had got a tracker, I could have been drawing cards. No, because my opponent would have K-commanded, killed the tracker, and made me discard, so I wouldn't have even gotten a single draw out of it. Sometimes people ask me, do you ever get tired of always making the best play all the time? Never making mistakes? And I always answer, no. Why would I? I don't know where that was going. I have no idea where that was going. Just want to play Tracker. Oh yeah, Tracker's great. Tracker is great. Is the problem with this card, right? Is the main problem with this card is that it's too good, so now all the sweet cards are just worse. Me? Cocky? What are you even talking about? Radio Gaslight, thank you for the follow. Alright, so a minute and a half has gone from my opponent's deck, and all we have seen is Verdant Catacombs. Let's see what they get. Discard spell. Feels bad, man. Feels thoughtseize, man. It's not cocky if it's true. Is this back-to-back Jandos? Alright. Guess it is back-to-back Jandos. This has to be actual John, so gonna hold on to this Vijay Bog for a while longer. Yeah, it could be Shadow, but like the decay doesn't make me think Shadow anymore. Cling to Dust, my own Verdant Catacombs. You got it. Now I would assume Shadow now that I saw the Cling to Dust. Came for Titan State for fun. Do I need a Titan? Alright, real talk chat, real talk. So right now we have 7 emotes, okay? We have room for 15. We have room for 15. That's a lot of emotes. So, I need to hear suggestions. I think that we're gonna have a zombie apocalypse emote. Oh, did I just have 6 for my turn? I totally have 6 for my turn somehow, even though I didn't press the F6 button, but sure, whatever. Okay, a pog. We need a pog. I'm definitely going to have a zombie apocalypse emote for whenever we go the field route. We have a punt. Yep, totally. This was gonna be my play right here. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. So now we're gonna be a land short to Titan. And my opponent wouldn't have access to a threat. Brutal. Really fucked this one up. Hanashiok with an X over it. That's pretty good. I like that one. I like that one. Boat is important. Yeah, that's true. So these are good ideas. These are good ideas. Where Reclaiming in the background give Gracer a chance to shine. In the past, I have used a Stacy background. Wow, we lost the game that we should have 100% won. Feels bad, man. Like I would be casting a Titan this turn. My opponent would not have this shadow here. Feels really bad. Feels really bad. It's okay. I was talking to chat. I was punished for talking to chat, which is punishment that I'm okay taking. UC emote. Yeah, that's another one that I thought of. But we have a UC command, so I don't know if we should have also a UC emote. We also have a Natty Bog emote. A Natty Bog command. But yeah, we definitely need... Okay, I'm gonna make notes of this. So... Emote... ideas. We need a pog. We need a punt. We need a Susei mode for tier 1. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. We need a boat. We need metagame breaker. That's a cool one, but unfortunately it's gonna be a little bit too long, I think. We could have a broke it emote. I'm gonna turn one relic instead of AmuLIT, which might seem awkward, but I think that this is gonna, because my opponent is actually on the Traverse version, I think that relic is gonna be more important in this matchup. And if they have a discard spell and they take the AmuLIT, that means that they don't take the Azusa, which means that I'm gonna get to ramp regardless. So relic definitely seems more important in this hand than the AmuLIT. Back-to-back trophies with AmuLIT feels AmuLIT, man. Hell yeah. Congrats, Fruit Media. Stacy doing hey guys. That's not bad. I like that. What else do we got? What else do we got? Played at least against Taylor guys once per league. Brutal. Sure, let's play around Fulminator. It also plays around Abrupt Decay, which is nice. One Francois, but it's a blank emote. Oh, Mate emote. That's a good one, yes. Mate. So they're probably gonna take the Triad, I assume. I have 15, Ivan. That's a lot of fucking emotes. Yeah, we'll talk. Don't worry about it. We will talk. My people will get in touch with your people. If they fulminate me, we're still fine. Like, I still don't care too much, which is probably what's gonna happen here. That's worse than fulminator. We have this within though, so I'm not too worried about it. Is my opponent a minuser? Damn it, my opponent knows what's up. I am waiting to time this bis within. Because I don't want to get beaten down by the 3/3. I think I'm gonna crack it this turn though. So on end step, I'm just gonna beast within the Ashiok, unless my opponent does that. But yeah, it feels like I'm gonna be cracking this relic on a step. I'm hoping to draw a Titan. If we draw a Titan, we win, exactly. What is Hex Parasite for? So they can activate this on any permanent. And what they can do is they can control their life total at will. In terms of basically paying as much life as they want in multiples of 2. Sucks. It also kills planeswalkers, which is nice. It does. It also messes up with your engineered explosives, which is pretty. It's pretty cute. And it removes gemstone mine counters. That's also true. Christopher Brand with a heart behind him. Nah, I'm not so much into that one. Stupid Christopher Brand. But I meant specifically against Hamilton. Yeah, it's mostly the engineered explosives thing, but sometimes the the gemstone mine can get you if you're not playing around it or whatever. Pepe front Titan emotes, yeah. Yeah, the thing is that whatever, like the emotes have to be a specific size, right? You cannot do whatever you want because it has to fit in a very limited space. Yeah, they have to be pretty tiny. So that's definitely something to watch out for. And it's a pretty limiting factor, honestly. Which is annoying. Well, this is actually a situation where it might be possible that minus in Ashiok is correct, but they should minus on themselves. Well, no, I guess not really, because like, can they, with their own graveyard, can they grow the Ashiok past the creature enchantment? It's interesting. They go for a no. Lol. That's pretty solid. So it's better to do it for 3, blow up the Ashiok, and then just kill them. They want to turn the... I could have played landing go to level field. Yes, I could, but I wasn't playing around the second Ashiok. Like, I don't know how many copies of Ashiok they play. And by getting to Luria West, I am setting up the next Titan on the following turn. So I think that setting up the next Titan is more important than getting a second field. 1-drops without Reclaimer have been scammed. I mean, it's a 1-drop, right? These are 1-drops. This is 1-drops. Alright, Relic was kind of sweet there. Relic was pretty good. It's pretty interesting that my opponent is playing a Green Flare. That's not what you see every day. They kept 7. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. It's kind of awkward. But we have like a bunch of business, so we're very good against discard spells and stuff, and we have a little bit of interaction. But my opponent is gonna need like a turn 2 threat hand in order to beat this. Dismember out. Yeah, I could, now that I saw the Green Flares, maybe I could see myself playing like 1 or 2 copies, maybe. But it's really hard. Unless you also have Bojuka Bog, it's really hard to get to cash in your Dismembers. Definitely really hard to cash them in killing shadows, and sometimes it's even hard to kill Goyfs because since we have Dryad in our deck, playing Dismember against Goyf's decks can be a little bit of a double-sided sword, kind of, which is awkward. Reed played Flare, now it's this week's Spice. Could be. Reed's great, so. They took my Titan, so that means that they have to have another discard spell. Man, it really sucks that I lost game 1 because of a misclicked. Green Flare is the poor man's Goyf. We would have been able to win game 1 very easily if I had an F6 through my turn. Also, what's the record? Just 1-1. Let's fix that. A violent mode with 6 counters on it. I'm not opposed to that. I am not opposed to that at all. As long as they don't play a shadow here, we might still be okay. But if they play a shadow, we're just probably dead. Gracer would be a great draw. AmuLIT would be fine. Gracer would be better than AmuLIT here, actually. What else? Took the Beast Within. So they probably have an Ashiok then. Ah, shit. We're fucked. At least that's not the worst draw. But if they have Ashiok here, we're dead. We're super dead. If you were playing Explorer, would you keep it in this matchup? 100%, yeah. This is exactly the matchup where Explorer really shines. Damping Sphere, lol. Hit me out for a Bruce Day. Scouts Warren, it cantrips. It's wide, it makes flashy Titans. This might actually be good enough. It might slow us down enough. There's oh, hello. I think we're dead. So we need to draw Chump Blocker. We need to draw exactly Chump Blocker into untapped land. That is exactly what has to happen. Oh, we could draw Explosives. If we draw Explosives, we're still in this game. Play AmuLIT Titan with Lotus Field brought back and Sun Titan. No Primeval Titans. Now that's a meme. I think I know what Scout's Warning is. Oh no, this is not what I thought it was. That is hilarious. And why the hell do I own a copy of this card? Isn't there a green version of this? Isn't there a green version of that card? Savage Summoning. Damn. That's what I'm talking about. But this one doesn't cantrip. This one doesn't cantrip. It means it makes it uncounterable though. There's a land that gets flush. Looks dirty as fuck. Might not be more legal. I am not sure. from Avacyn Restored. It gives the creature flash. I know there's one that gives the creature haste. Dead. Dead by 1 turn. What happened to the simple blue-green field decks that used to dominate alongside AmuLIT? I mean, power creep happened, right? That deck used to prey on Ursa and then used to also use Oko. Also back then, people were not playing for either Gusts in their sideboard. I did try it, but they were not very good. I did try it, but it was not very good. Yeah, I deleted it from my thing. Why haven't I played a Titan? Because there was a Damping Sphere in play. Damping Sphere means that Castle Gernbrick doesn't do anything. Yeah, I know the deck that you're talking about, Big Monkey. But it just doesn't really do it anymore. It's for the same reason that Scapeshift doesn't see play anymore, right? It's the 4 Gus that killed. I assume so, because I don't really see any other reason. I don't know how that deck is against the aggro decks either. What's up? What's up? So if my opponent doesn't... If they don't do anything to Stacy, then we're gonna get to play an Uncounterable Titan next turn. No turn to Titan. My opponent is holding 2 mana. If they have Remand, Mana Leak, etc., we straight up lose the game. Do you want to straight up lose the game? Because I don't. Because we have to pay for Pact in our upkeep, right? Sagoth, Triumph. Interesting. They can steal my AmuLIT on unstep, which would be annoying. But if they steal my AmuLIT, that means that they don't draw 2, which is good for us. How is Modern fared lately? How good is it for AmuLIT? It's pretty bad for AmuLIT. But it's been fun though. The decks in the meta are okay. They're cool. Yeah. I mean, this is very, very often the correct play. Very, very, very... This is very rarely, I mean. This is extremely rarely the correct play, but people like to do it. I don't know if it makes them feel smart or whatever. You're really the call shot, yeah. I'm very good at calling shots. And before they steal the second one. If they do, that's kind of good for us. And if they do it, they have to do it right now. But I'm just naturally making land drops, right? They still need to beat me naturally hitting my land drops. Second Sanctuary is very good for them there, however. Have you full art Asusa? No. I like the OG Asusa art. Can we get some sort of surprise motherfucker emote? Could be. Could be. Main phase cryptic. No, I'll draw 2. Good draw. All right. Show me that main deck Gust. No? This is what I'm saying, like my opponent, like they stole my amulets and stuff, and we just cast a 6/6 on turn 6. Can you beat it? Is this version good so far? It's been cool. It's been cool so far, yeah. Not sure it's the best version that I played or ever or any kind of that assumption, but it's been good so far. It's been performing well. Remember that the shadow in Summoner's Pact looks like a dinosaur? Yeah, it's kind of cool, right? It's like they were meant to be. The only difference is that a Titan has horns and the Summoner's Pact shadow doesn't, which makes me sad, but it's okay. The mode of you shrugging caption 20 bucks is 20 bucks. That's true. 20 bucks is 20 bucks. No arguments there. What if you put primetime in Jund? I like what you're thinking, but I don't think it would work. When you build a primetime deck, you need to make sure that you're building the deck with primetime in mind. And the requirements to build a primetime deck are very, very different than the requirements that you need to make a good Jund deck. So yeah, unfortunately, I really doubt that it would work. Horns don't have shadow, that's just science. It could be. Could be. What's the best version of AmuLIT Titan? Bob Chick? there's no best version. There's like version that you like better. Honestly, I've been pretty impressed with the Reclaimer version personally, which is my baby. This one. I've been actually impressed with this list, and I at first I thought that it was a strictly worst version of AmuLIT, and at this point I am not so sure that's the case anymore. I think it's just a different way that you can build AmuLIT, and it's still very good. But yeah, like this is the version that we're playing today, and I think it's pretty solid. Yes, yes, excellent. Band Titan Herder. That might be going a little bit too far. The ones I mean, the best version historically was always the Summer Bloom version, right? What's the worst version of AmuLIT? Man, these questions. These questions. Can we have our AmuLIT, please? Sweet, thank you. Thank you for the follow, Doogie Plum. Appreciate it. Who was hosting the stream? Thank you so much for the host, Wusa. How was your stream today? Oh, I think we're currently 1 and 2 because I'm stupid. And I misclicked through a 1 game. Titan Blade. That's also something that I did. It can't always work. 2-3-2s. All right, I mean that could have been worse. Honestly, I've been getting my fair share of 1-2s, and it feels awful. Of 3-2s, sorry, 2-3s, not 3-2s. Yeah, I mean, we just have to force them to have it, I think. We just have to force them to have it. It's fine. They very likely have it, but like, what am I gonna do? Well, this game is over. In case you were wondering, now we're done. We are done so. I think I'm gonna protect the stronghold over the no. Well, now I guess I'm gonna protect the cavern over the stronghold because I misclicked again. Damn it. Brutal. Bad beats. Bad beats. All right, so we're gonna do field plus Tulare West here. Second field helps a lot in this matchup. Having access to the second copy of field. Misclick emote. We kind of need a misclick emote. We kind of need a misclick emote. It's been rough out here. Just protecting cover from field? Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about it. All right, just cast that wilderness reclamation opponent. I know you want to. The best version of Titan is the one you have the most fun playing with. Yeah, I had people that have told me that they have been having good results with the Through the Breach version, which whenever I play, I just don't enjoy it as much. So that's cool. So you can play like this would probably my go-to, something between these or this would be my starting point. Then I've had people that have told me that they have had really good success with Simian Spirit Guide versions. So like actually cutting on 1-drops and playing Simian Spirit Guides instead with the full 4 Explorers. Jacob has been doing really well with this list. Then this is the red version. You can play Clothes and you can play like a Braids in the sideboard or multiple Fire Spouts, whatever you want. The mana in this list is actually pretty okay, which is nice. The White Splash also has been doing well. Splashing Celestial Purge and Path to Excellent stuff. No Karn, as in not what you would play right now. I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I could see playing Karn. It's good against Halergast specifically. Karn always has that going for it, which is very nice. Particularly because it feels like it's the way that I lose to the most. Alright, so as long as we hit land drops, we're gonna be in fine shape. Also, my opponent has Celestial Carnage in their deck. How hilarious is that? Top 9 big tourney last year with the Breach version with Simian Spirit Guides. Yeah. It's a fine option. If that's the kind of list that you enjoy playing, then why not, right? So if my opponent paths the Dryad or something, they actively get us to Titan mana, which is hilarious. Looking pretty good here. I remind you of Spanish Borat. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean, but Borat is great. It's a great movie. Hate that somebody does just start playing main deck Halergasts. I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? Like the card is just really good. Which is why we struggle. Literally the reason why we're struggling is because the card is very good. Modern Staple, Spine Rock, Null in the main. Those are the good times. Field. I mean, I guess I'll take it. Main the Gusto? No main the Gusto. Should I expose Valakut is the question. We can force the action on the field if we want to. Yeah, I think I'm... Yeah. Let's expose the Valakut. Thank you for that follow there. Six Kunda Agro 9. Thank you for that follow. So they have to Wrath here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't have Wrath. So they have Cryptic Tap. They, oh my god, you know what that stop was? They top deck exactly Terminus, chat. Isn't that hilarious? They top deck exactly Terminus. Oh my. Oh my. Feels bad, man. Crazy. Crazy. Valakut plus Field is the best pick as they have more to waste path on your Dryad rather than Titan. Yep. Alright, so Beast Withins we want, Tracker we want, Relics, and the one packed. Shave 2 Castles, cut Gracers, cut 1 Azusa. Even had the kill without the Titan. Did I? I don't think I did. I think I was short. Because I had the fetch land. Oh, I had the Ghost Quarter. You're right, you're right, you're right. This, my friends, is what we call synergy in the business. Scout. Scout. How do you like that, chat? How do you like that? Thoughts on Weird Recognizing Modern? Probably unplayable. Circle pretty good versus control and about even versus sponsor and prowess. Yeah, I just don't think that you have enough good stuff anymore. Is this enough to gust? Probably. The interaction between Stacy and Tracker seems good enough for me to want to work with. Start here. I mean, Stacy's just so good. Sakura wants to Tracker is 2 tap, draw a card, also excellent. Well, not quite, right? Not quite, because we don't have an amulet, so it's not that clear cut. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Better than all. We're gonna have to get tapped out of Relic this turn, unfortunately. I don't think it was worth cracking, however. Sure. Do they just have no answer to tracker? Because that's kind of an aggressive minus. Mentor. Let's do this so we can have 6. Huh. They did have it. Why didn't they force the amulet then? Alright, whatever. Just kind of mentoring Pioneisen. GG win. I mean, my opponent is honestly looking like they are ahead, if I'm being honest with you. Like, if they have Gust, we just lose. So I'm gonna crack Relic here on end step. Because we have to naturally find a Titan, I guess. Feels bad, man. Hopefully they have a Force. They don't. Shit. It's bad news for the home team. Tell you that much. Not gonna haste. Come on, just gust me. Gross. Oh. Okay. Field and... Oh, did I fuck up? Did I just have to play this to play around Cryptic? I think I did fuck up. Alright, so I guess we're not going to be able to get Sombos because I need to play around... I need to play around Cryptic, yeah, so we're going to have to get... Breeding Pool? So I think I'm going to do Sanctuary plus Castle. Why not haste and attack Jace? Because my opponent has 3 cards in hand. If they have a Path to Exile, if they have a Cryptic, we lose. Right? So right now I need to find green sources so I don't die to my own Summoner's Pact. Because of that, I think it's priority number 1 to make sure that we have enough sources to not die. Because I would like to not die if at all possible. Hello, Obesus Notus. Obesus Notus. They could have double Cryptic. That would be bad. Okay, so they have double Cryptic. They have Terminus on top. That's funny. So if they have double Cryptic, we die. But if they don't, we might actually be in this game. I guess they could have Sanctuary plus Cantrip would also do it, I guess. Fairy Time Raveler. We die the same. Why do we die? I mean, you mean that we die to the monks, right? That's what you're talking about. I am not from Austin, no. Okay, now we do because they draw a card. Wow, they won because of the Stacy. That's kind of awesome. They die because of the extra land drop from the Stacy. That's fun. Alright, so they do have Mentor. I think this is fine. They outscouted me. Yeah, that was pretty sick. The extra land drop ended up being super relevant. It's funny when that happens. Man, I keep drawing all of these pacts against control, which are sometimes very difficult to leverage because of like stupid force of negation and shit. Yeah. Alright, we got an Aether Gust at least. I hope that doesn't mean that they have another Aether Gust, because that would suck. But we did get a Gust too from their hand. Double explosives? No, you don't want. You basically don't really want that ever. Sweet. That's actually great for us. This means we're gonna get to resolve Dryad. It also means that they're down a field. The only problem now is that Vesuva doesn't have any good cards to copy. I think I'm gonna copy my Valakut, whatever. However. Because if they path me, we get another green source anyway. Is it correct to force AmuLIT? It depends on the rest of your hand. I think I'm actually gonna bottom this Dryad. Kinda need the lands. So if they play something very threatening, I'm going to like a Mentor or a Jace. I guess I'm gonna, since I'm gonna be cracking explosives, I'm gonna do it right now to prevent my opponent from drawing a Mystic Sanctuary to go get. Alright, sweet. And having found the green source there is not bad actually, because now my opponent's not gonna have enough mana. So they would need double Force of Negation basically. Double Force of Negation, double blue card. You have another one? No, sweet. We also got a Teferi from their hand, which is huge. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we want to get field plus a green source. So Field of the Dead plus, I guess, a Semi-Growth Chamber. Sure. So they have the Terminus here. Which is a problem. Which is a problem. Particularly now that I don't have the second Summoner Spect. But I don't think I could have gone until it was there. The good thing is that we're going to get to double field them. And then triple field them, which is cool. So as before, we just don't have enough colors. We're missing one color. Vesuva copy and Vestige. Yeah, but if I do that and my opponent counters it, we're actually pretty fucked. Yeah, I think we're getting kind of destroyed. Oh, they have a second Teferi? Well, that's messed up. Well, now we lost. I think we were still in the game because Field can potentially overpower what they are doing, but this Field cannot overpower Jace and Teferi. And then we drew the literally worst possible card that we could have drawn. Yeah, I think we actually have to hope that Field is good enough. which seems very unlikely at this point. Particularly with my opponent having an answer right there. This is just too much, though. I think that we are gonna die. Man, I thought that we were fine. I thought that we were fine, and then they had a second. They had the second force, and they also had the second Teferi. Brutal. And the Terminus. And the Terminus. Because if I had been able to get ahead on board before my opponent actually did that, we would have been fine. But they were able to Terminus into Teferi on the same turn, which is just absolutely fucking disgusting. As we know with the ceiling deck, when you're able to top tier deck neck. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mystic Sanctuary, put Terminus on top. Yeah, I think we're dead here. Yep. There goes Terminus. I think we're done here. Love to see more Wreck as well. AmuLIT is of course fun, but the Wreck deck was awesome. Yeah, I was kind of a fan of the Wreck deck as well. It was a good time. It was a good time. I wonder if my opponent just sided out all of their paths, and they just cut their paths for what's his name? For Gust. It could be. Not so sure how I feel about that card being in my opponent's deck. I don't think I like that card too much. No, I attack with Stacy Lap. Oh yeah, alright. That was the shame scoop. The shame scooperino. The shame scooperino feels bad. Alright, so where were we at? I don't think we were winning, but like we were, I don't know, like I don't think we had a shot. Like we were still just dead. Oh man, these blue decks are really tough, and this is definitely not the way to go about beating the blue decks. This is definitely not it. So basically, blue-white is, I mean, this worst matchup? No. I mean, the worst matchup is still what it was always the worst matchups, which are Mill, Infect, and Storm/Neopren. Vile Titan felt really good. Next time we went 2 and 3, beat John twice on the back of field and answer Reclaimers, lost to Mate playing Elementals combo, or as it's called, Nova Chaser deck. Wow, that's wild. Yeah, I mean, I was pleasantly surprised with the Titan Vile deck. Like the 2 leagues that I played on Tuesday made the deck look very impressive. I'm not going to lie. Blue can only be damaged if they don't stumble at the start. If they can just hit all the cheap spells and lands early in the game, then sure, it feels miserable. Yeah, so my opponent needed to have the force for the amulet on turn 1, and they needed to have the force for the Summoner's Pact on turn 5. And they need to have the gust for the Dryad, otherwise the Dryad would have been fine. But like, yeah, in the past, so a lot has changed in that matchup specifically, right? In the past, what you could do is like every answer that your opponent had to your creatures besides a sweeper would ramp you, right? Like you would have or would either ramp you or you could play around. So they would have the 4 paths obviously, and then they would have stuff like Condemned and things like that. Now instead of that, they have access to an absolutely busted card that is Aethergust, right? So now they just cut those cards which are kind of a necessary evil, right? Because they need to be able to answer our threats, but like they are kind of a necessary evil, and they just play a card that we cannot beat, and it can counter a Titan on the stack, and it can do it through Cavernous Souls, which used to be our trump in the matchup, right? Now we basically don't have a trump anymore, right? So that is a problem. In the past, you had the Cavernous Souls, which was your trump card, and the Cavernous Souls would go and get you your other trump card, which was Field. So you could basically just like start slamming Titans that were uncounterable and just getting Field and just going nuts over them. So it was fine. Then Aethergust got printed, and all of that just went to shit because now your opponent has the more powerful spell, and we are spending 6 mana to cast our spells while our opponents are spending 2. So that means that they get to play like Jaces and like Monastery Mentors in this case, and stuff like that, Uros as well. And they still get to hold up their interactive spell that we cannot beat. So that combination is what basically makes the matchup really, really bad right now. So game 1 is okay, right? Because we have a trump. In games 2 and 3, we don't have a trump anymore because our opponent has access to Aethergust. So it's not so hard to win game 1s, but games 2 and 3 become like almost unwinnable. Like you need to draw very well and they need to stumble. If they don't stumble at all, like my opponent didn't on either one of the sideboard games, if they don't stumble at all, then we're very, very heavy underdogs. Is that how you say that? Like we're very disadvantaged. If they stumble, we kind of have a shot, but yeah. So you need to play band to figure out a way to shoehorn through Fairy. That doesn't really answer much. Like Karn is kind of doing that stuff, right? And Karn just works better with our game plan. Teferi is not something that your opponent needs to spend multiple resources to get rid of, right? They just answer it and that's it. So Teferi is not... How would I build my deck to beat blue-white per board? Karn, it definitely helps. Emrakul in the sideboard definitely helps. And I was trying out Hydroid Krasis, however you say that. And like in theory, it kind of makes sense. So maybe this is something that we could try out. Because if your opponent gusts this, you don't care, right? Like if they side out all of their Path to Exiles and they gust your Graces, you draw 5. They gust it, you draw it again, and then you recast it again. So in theory it makes sense. In practice I have not played a single match against Control where I had Crisis in my deck, so no either guys at the start of the match, yeah. Messed up. I don't know what to play in Modern anymore. Today in the league I met John, teamer with Uro twice. What if you tried Sublime Epiphany? I don't understand how that helps me. I'm talking about that I'm using 4 mana. I'm tapping 6 mana to interact with my opponent's deck. So like a 6 mana card is not what I'm looking for. How I tried being luckier. I tried and I failed. It's really hard to be luckier, you know. But it is what it is. Play the blue pack. They played the fairy as well. Blue pact. I mean, I do play the blue pact, but then they use Field of Ruin and Cryptic to mess with your mana, and they like playing the blue pact is not free. Blue pact is not free in the matchup because they have multiple ways of interacting with your mana base. They basically have all the angles covered. The only angle that you can get away with is they have a bad hand. That's the only way that we get to win. If they have a reasonable hand and we have a reasonable hand, then we are underdogs. If we have a great hand and they have a great hand, then we're underdogs. If they like, you just need to be. Basically, you need to have a better hand than theirs by a margin, right? If we both have an even a good hand, then they're gonna win. If they have a better hand than us, they're gonna win. If we both have bad hands, then I think that their top decks are better. Like they don't have as many moving pieces. They just need to draw either dust and that's it. While we have to get our mana going and stuff. So yeah, it's a bad matchup. It's a pretty bad matchup. And yeah, and right now people are playing 4 Aether Gusts in their sideboards. So what was bad, it just keeps getting worse. However, I have to say that I was pretty happy with how Relic played in the matches that I just played right now. Relic actually did some stuff, right? Like it came down early and it did prevent my opponent from doing their nasty stuff. I had to crack it at a couple of situations because I was trying to get lucky. But for example, if I had not cracked the Relic, then my opponent would not have been able to loop the Terminus after they have resolved the first Terminus because I would have been able to exile it. So, like, Relic does stuff in the matchup, which is kind of cool. So maybe this is part of the answer? Maybe I just need to, like, reassess and try to play for the longer game by, I don't know, just, like, not activating Relic, basically. Just, like, just chilling there with my Relic and being able to pop it at any point. Just need a splash red for Pyroblast. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Alright folks, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.